Shorty Mona Lisa, I'ma play her like I'm violent. I feel like the island, we gon' take her to the island.
DeWanna Bonner situation is crazy. I low-key had a feeling. I just didn't know what it was. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This was the most unprofessional way of going about things that you could have possibly went. Because I generally, the way she went about it, I really thought it was something really bad happened. And what made me start to question her reasoning was, I was like, Alyssa Thomas is playing. You know, in Steph White's case, she was out for personal reasons. But Lisa was also out, so we were like, okay, it's probably something personal in the family. DeWanna Bonner situation, she said, oh, out for personal reasons, but Alyssa Thomas was playing, you know, so it was kind of like confusing. Nobody knew what it was. We thought, you know, the way the players were answering questions were like it was deep or something very personal. But if it's what I think it is, because we still don't know all the full details, this was very unprofessional. Like, I don't even think, if it's not something that was actually serious, I don't think she deserves a shot in the W at all. Like, I think her career should end right where it's at. This is unprofessional. All right, it says DeWanna Bonner has no interest in returning to play for the Fever. This is after missing like 6 games. Bonner's preferred landing spots are the Mercury or the Dream. She wants to go to the Mercury, obviously, for Alyssa Thomas, or the Dream. Most likely the Mercury, because she wants to be with Alyssa Thomas. Now, here's my thing. You chose to come to the Fever. You wanted to play under Steph White. And the way it's sounding is like she's mad that she doesn't start anymore. But that's no one's fault but hers. Right? You're playing in the same system you played for some time. It said Bonner's agent had no comment regarding his client standing with the Fever. Multiple sources told Front Office Sports that the fit in Indiana was off from the beginning. Bonner was signed to be an anchor with a championship experience for the team's young core, was expected to be a starter. How you gonna say no comment and then that's a clear reason why she's been sitting out? Can you imagine this? So because we're playing like shit and your coach decided to take you out the starting lineup, you'll be like, oh, I'm out for personal reasons. There's like, you can't, that's not professional. You play. Your job is to play the sport, end of the day. If it wasn't something that was actually like serious, because that's what she had everybody thinking. Everybody was like, yo, we're praying for you. Whole time she was trying to leave. Yo, like what type of shit is that? Yo, everyone, like, y'all, that's kind of fucked up, low-key. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up. Like on her end. That's foul. That's extremely foul. A lot of people are obviously pissed off by this because we thought, you know, most people thought it was really something serious. I think after a certain point, I was like, okay, like, even if it's personal, to not have anything out, like, not saying that we're obligated, public's obligated to know what's going on in your personal life. That's your personal life. I give some sort of explanation like, hey, I'm out. I need to take some time with my family, you know, whatever the case may be. To just be like, oh, I'm out for personal reasons. That's not professional. Like, you just can't respect that. And that's also bad karma on her end, because that's just not a good look. Very embarrassing way of doing business. And she's too old for that. She's been in the lead for how long? They asked Alyssa Thomas about it. This is what she said. She gave a quick, watch this.
So that said, DeWanna Bonner listed Phoenix as one of her preferred destinations.
I think she already knows they're trying to, you know, set it up so she can go to the Mercury. And y'all know what's worse about this? It's like the Fever can't even make a trade. They have I don't know what the deadline is. There's like, after a certain point, contracts become guaranteed. The Fever have to let her go soon. And they're not going to get no assets back for her. She's old. It's like there's not much trade value there. But they also don't want to pay her for not playing, because I think after a certain point it becomes a guaranteed contract. So now the Fever in a position where they have to let her go, or else they have to pay her for not doing shit, because she's just going to keep saying, I'm out for personal reasons. That's fucked up. This is some people's response to it.
Pulls one of the so DeWanna Bonner pulls one of the weakest moves in sports history and quits on the Indiana Fever, not even halfway through the season, man. Your ass couldn't hit the fucking side of a barn and was stinking it up every game, and you're mad about a starting spot or some bullshit? Completely lost all respect for your punk ass, man. And now your preferred destination is the Phoenix Mercury and the Dream. Oh, what? So you could go back with Alyssa Thomas and Scissor? What the fuck kind of bullshit?
Nah, that's crazy.
Y'all call yourselves real so much and all this bullshit, and you're defending a player quitting. This is what you guys defend because y'all hate Clark and the Fever that much. Oh, DeWanna Bonner wanted to get out of there because it was toxic. And she heard the racist chants it was on. It wasn't none. There was nothing found in the investigation, man. It was all bullshit. For y'all to keep sitting up here trying to paint this fan base like it's so toxic, man. DeWanna Bonner, you're fucking ass for this. No respect. All respect lost, man. Pathetic, bro. Did you just come here to stink it up on purpose? See, this is why I keep saying, man, if players, how they act on the court is who they are. When she did that shit with Clark last season in the playoffs, having that attitude, swiping at her like that, it explains everything. All that fake ass shit, that you want to help build a championship team and you praising Clark and praising this and praising that just to fucking quit? Ass. Pathetic, bro. It's terrible. This is one of the weakest things I've ever seen in sports fucking history, man. This is what they do in the WNBA. Has an NBA player did this? Just quit on their team and want out not even halfway through the season when they're playing like complete utter ass? I can see if you was cashing buckets, but you wasn't doing shit. Terrible, man. You're fucking whack, man. Like, I swear, I be trying to fuck with the WNBA, man, but shit like this is wild, man. We got players quitting on their team, not even halfway through the season, and requesting to go play with their lover on the same team. Oh, my fucking God. Get your punk ass up out of here, man, and go throw up bricks on another team, man. This is one of the weakest moves in sports history, man. I lost all fucking respect for you, man. Absolutely fucking shameful, man. Fever, go get us another player that can come here and want to be here and contribute to this fucking team, man. Get her punk ass up out of here, man. Trash.
All right, I won't spaz on like that. He wild. I couldn't even say nothing. I don't know what to say in response to that. Yeah, that shit was lame as fuck. I'm sorry. That was fucking lame. Like that, I don't think she deserves to be in the W after that. If it wasn't for, the fact you had people thinking it was an actual serious situation just for you to quit on your team when you're at fault. You played like shit. If that's the reason you out, unless it's something else. Like, you literally played like shit. It's your fault. You're playing under your former coach, Stephanie White. The whole staff everything about the Fever this year is brand new. Everything. The coaching staff, even the fucking facility. The people coming in are people you've known longer than the people who already been there. You played like shit and you quit on the team. Tell me. Tell me. And then, you know what I'm also thinking? There's no way in hell her and Steph White haven't had conversations, because I feel like she's even losing the locker room a little bit. This journalist was on her ass, right? This guy said, in other words, I'm all for physicality, but only if my star player can handle it and thrive. And at the moment, she's struggling. So that's kind of whack, not even going to lie. And I like Steph White a lot. It's getting to the point where people are asking for her to get fired. They're giving her Christy Sides comparisons, right? I'm going to play this.
I think we've all noticed how physical this game has become this season, and you've been very outspoken about it. I went back and looked at your Connecticut team from last year. It was known as one of the most physical ones. Yeah. The top 8 games in terms of fouls, personal fouls called on your Connecticut team, 2 of those 8 were against this Fever team. Yeah. And you brought a physical nature with Alyssa and DeWanna and so on and so forth. What's changed in terms of either where you're thinking or how you're seeing it, because you coach a physical style and now this team's being defended very quickly?
Nothing's changed. You as a coach and as a player, you're going to play as physical as you're allowed to play. That's the reality of competition, right? Like you're positioning yourself to win. As a coach of whichever team, I am always going to fight for my players, right? Like I am always going to have my players back. And so nothing has changed from that standpoint. It has continued to be a challenge from an official standpoint. And again, I think you can go all the way back to the Bill Lambier days, right? It's like teams are going to be as physical as they're allowed to be. And we want to be more physical on the defensive end of the floor, but physical without foul, right? Disciplined and from that standpoint as well. So I would say nothing's changed. It's just continuing to point out what's happening.
She just coming up with bullshit. Like, I can't even listen to it. Yo, and I'm not, I think she's a great coach, but I think everyone she's came with has checked out. Like, they got the Liberty game. I thought that would be kind of a turning point, and hopefully they're about to play in 2 hours. Hopefully, you know, they figure some shit out. But you got a player you've been with, DeWanna Bonner, checking out mid-season. You're coming here doing, like, this shit is not, it's not adding up. Something not adding up here. Someone said the bad news. Steph White's losing the locker room. Good news is winning fixes everything. She has time to let go of old guard mentality by releasing KK, run the ball through CC, no more off-ball bullshit, and Ice Turner. I don't really, at this point, is there really a difference between her and Chrissy's sides? Like, let's keep it a band. We got to keep it a band at some point, you know? All right, look at this. Someone said, I think I've seen every excuse in the book for why Caitlin Clark isn't playing well, and I'm legitimately tired. She's playing at a faster pace than last year, and she has higher usage rate than last year. If anything, I think Steph White has given her too long of a lead. This is her usage rate. And yes, I partially agree with this, because we got to keep it real. The past 2 games, she's played like shit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think it's part of her is have to coach, because I honestly think their game plan is pretty obvious going into the Aces game. Was they were trying to run that 1-2 punch, and it worked with her and Aaliyah Boston. They ran a lot of pick and rolls or a lot of different screenplays, try to get Aaliyah the ball. And, you know, there was even a time where Cece had an open shot, but she chose to try to give it to Aaliyah. I think she got a turnover there. I don't remember. But she's playing like shit, though, ultimately. Like, there's certain shit she's supposed to be doing she's not doing. But also, it all feels dysfunctional. You got Bonner checking out. You got the coach. The coach is leaving for personal reasons, too. You're almost playing in front of multiple coaches at this point. Austin Kelly done coached like 2 or 3 games. They only played 13 games or something like that, you know? So it's kind of like, I don't know, they all over the place right now. It's crazy. The Bonner thing is insane. I've never seen no shit like that. And the fact that she like led people on without giving, you know, some type of like, yo, I'm going through something right now. Please just, you know, like to be left alone. She ain't do none of that. She just checked out. You don't deserve to be in the WNBA no more. That's fucked up. You signed the contract. You know how many players are dying for that spot? You tripping. You signed the you gotta do right by that contract. You signed the contract. Nobody asked you to sign there. You wanted to go there and play with your coach. And you've been playing like shit. So if it's not actual personal reasons, that's fucked up. Like that's really fucked up. Seriously. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. That was pretty crazy. And as always, it's your boy.